Welcome to Scott Cooks, y'all. Today, I'm making an old world Sauerbraten in the Ninja Foodi. This is going to be fantastic. Stay tuned. This recipe takes quite a few ingredients. I'm going to start with a 2.67 pound chuck roast. You want to find yourself a really good marbled roast for this meal. Okay. I'm going to have the exact ingredients and directions in the description, so make sure you check that description box. I'm going to need a little bit of ketchup. That's right. No high fructose. You got it. Some cloves, ground or whole. You're going to need some ginger snaps. Try to get the good ones, y'all, because this is what makes the Sauerbraten. Need to look for that word, molasses. Bay leaves. I got a whole box full of them here. You're going to need some white vinegar. It's important. If you don't have white, go get it before you start. Don't try apple cider in this. It won't work right. You're going to need some salt and pepper. You know what I'm going to use, right? You're going to need a little bit of oil because we're going to brown this roast up. I'm using grapeseed. Olive works great too. You're going to need a couple onions. These are white sweet onions, not Vidalias, but they're white sweets. So I got a medium and a half of a medium here. I think that's all the ingredients. Let's start cooking. In your foodie, add about 2 tablespoons of oil. 1, 2. What we're going to do is brown up the roast. Turn your foodie on. Use sear saute. Put it on medium and fire it up. The trick to a good sear is to not move it around. So we're going to put it in and we're going to leave it alone for about 7 minutes. Look at the size of this thing. It's almost as big as the foodie. Okay, I am going to move it around initially just to get the oil swirled around. And now, we're going to let it sit. So, about 7 minutes each side. Don't touch it until it's time to flip it. All right, let's go ahead and flip it. You can hear that sizzle. That's what we're after. Oh, that's heavy. Oh, well, that's just about perfect. Got some nice brown edges. Beautiful sear. All right, do the same thing on this side. See you in about 7 minutes. All right, while we finish up the end of the sear, let's go ahead and mix our liquid ingredients together. I've got 2 cups of water. One cup of distilled white vinegar. Salt and pepper to taste. It's a little strange, I know, but we're going to do it. 4 or 5 tablespoons of good quality ketchup. I may be running out of ketchup, y'all. Sounds like it, doesn't it? Yeah, I got what I need out of it. All right, the cloves, again, I would go to taste. If you're using whole cloves, use about 5. I'm going to put in 1/2 a teaspoon. I did not find whole, so I'm using ground, which I do not mind having them in there. And cloves are very, very powerful. So I put a half a teaspoon in. Can always add a little more to taste later. And let's go ahead and mix that up. And the browning is almost finished, so we'll just mix to combine. Go ahead and throw your onions in. And some bay leaves. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Careful with those bay leaves, they're dried. You don't want to break them up in a million pieces in here. They're too hard to get out, so all I'm doing is getting them wet. There we go. Just let it sit. Okay. The second sear is complete. We're just going to put everything in the foodie. And the main thing here, really the only big deal is you want to get those bay leaves in the liquid. So if you got any laying around on the top, those onions on top aren't going to matter. You want to make sure those bay leaves are submerged or they just don't work right. There we go. All right, grab your pressure lid. Drop it on. Make sure you are on vent, guys. Do not put that on seal. I'll say it again. Put it on vent. Okay, we're going for slow cook, and we're going to do a slow cook on high. And we'll set our time to whatever, probably just max it out. And go. Now, I'm going to leave this part up to you guys. If you're starting this early in the day, you can probably do like an hour on high and then drop it to low for the rest of the day. For me, I'm doing this right around noon, and I'm planning on eating about 6 o'clock. So I'm probably going to do this on high for most of the time. I might throw it on low for the last hour. We'll see how it's cooking. This is a huge piece of meat in there. And that's it. And you might have said, what about the cookies? The ginger snaps? Don't worry. That comes at the end. We'll be pulling the meat out, combining the liquid, and adding in the ginger snaps to make the final gravy. And that is Sauerbraten. See you guys in about 6 hours. All right, guys. Thanks for patiently waiting 8.5 hours for me. Hope you had a good time. Let's get this thing going. Oh, I'll tell you what, for the last 2 or 3 hours, this house has smelled unbelievable. All right, all I was going to do now is get the meat out. Oh, so tender. I'm not going to be able to get it out with a fork. Wow. Let's try something with a hole in it. Or I'm going to be getting pieces out. It already fell apart right there. Now that is tender, y'all. Wow, it smells so good. All right, what I'm trying to do is I want to get the bay leaves out. Does anybody remember how many I put in there? I should have counted again. I think I put 5 in there. So let's root around and see if we can get them. Yeah, there's 2. There's 3. All right, got one. If I can get it out. There's 4, and I think I saw another one flopping around in here. Something dark. Actually, this is part of that other one. I think it broke in half. So I think there's still one more in there. I would like to get that out. There it is. All right, we got them all. Guess what time it is? It's cookie time. All right, the meat is out. We're going with the ginger snaps. You're supposed to put 12 of these in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right down to here. All right, what we're gonna do is just crunch them up, but they're gonna melt in here anyway. It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And we're going to take the foodie, switch it over to sear saute, bring the temperature to medium, and we're going to simmer for this for about 30 minutes. Well, I'm going to remove these bay leaves out of here, and I've got a little aluminum foil. I'm going to make a tent to go over this, and this will still be warm in 30 minutes. So we're just going to bubble that up real nice. Get those ginger snaps melted in there, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do for the rest of the meal, which I haven't shared with you yet. I've got some Old World red cabbage here. So we're going to warm this up in a pan. And I've got some homemade applesauce that my parents made for me. Apples straight from the orchard, in the press. Boom. That's applesauce. This is going to be one heck of a meal, y'all. Hang tight. All right, that only took about 40 seconds, and we're already at a simmer. Don't forget, this has been cooking all day, so it was already hot. So all we're trying to do now is break up these cookies, these ginger snaps in here, and thicken this whole thing up. The ginger snaps with the molasses in it will do a lot of the thickening for us. It's going to take about 20 to 30 minutes for that to do its magic. In the meanwhile, I'm going to get my cabbage in a pan here in a minute and start warming that up. Love red cabbage. This is going to be such a great meal. Well, guys, everything is faster in the foodie. This is no exception. I said this was going to take 20 to 30 minutes. This is probably only going to take 15 minutes. This is already just a little over 5. And ginger snaps are already gone in there, and it is thickening up real nice. This meal will be ready very shortly. Ultra tender roast, slow cooked in the Ninja Foodi, in this incredible Sauerbraten sauce for Old World Sauerbraten, all cooked in the Ninja Foodi. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. Leave me some comments. Click the like button for me and the bell for notifications. Don't forget to check the description box. Ingredients, instructions, Patreon links, stuff like that. I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank all my subscribers. I want to thank all my patrons for helping this channel out. Let's finish this meal up. Some Old World style red cabbage and homemade applesauce, right straight from the orchard. Sauerbraten in the Ninja Foodi. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next one.